Hey, Oscar! Do you have a moment? There is something that I'd like to talk to you about.
Hey, Brandon. Yes, of course I have time to talk. It isn't every day that the president of the company that you work for sends you a text message. Is there something that I can help you with? If you'd like, I can go up to your office and we can discuss things in person.
No. There will be no need for anything like that at all. The reason I'm messaging you is to tell you that you're fired as of today.
Wait, I'm fired? May I at least know why you've made this decision? Did I do something wrong or break a company rule or something like that?
You're being fired because you're not making enough sales and your performance is just all around terrible. In fact, the whole company is doing poorly, so I'm having to make some very large cuts to make sure that we can stay afloat. You're one of our highest paid salesmen, so if I get rid of you, then I'm cutting down on personal and saving money. I get 2 birds with 1 stone, you see? So anyways, that's why you're being fired. Got it?
Brandon, I really hate to disagree, but I don't think that my numbers have been bad at all. If anything, I'm doing better than I was last year. And I really don't think that it's fair to target me for firing just because I happen to make a lot of money. I work hard to earn my salary, and I think my records show that.
Oh, please. I know all about the little ways you have to skim from the top and fatten up your own wallet. Like how you're always working overtime because you know that you can earn more than your regular pay that way.
I understand how that might look, but the only reason I've had to stay so late is because my supervisor enjoys saddling me with work he's supposed to do. He never gets things done on time, and always leaves things until the last minute before coming to me for help. I've talked to our department manager about trying to get this issue resolved, but nothing's been done about it at all. Basically, I'm being made to do more work than I should, and that's why I've had to stay so late.
I didn't ask for your opinion on this, did I? I told you that you're fired, and that's that. End of story. It's my company, and if I say you're fired, then you're fired.
Would you at least like me to stay long enough to train whoever it is that you hired to replace me?
You think that we don't already have people here who can do that? Just what makes you think you're so special, huh?
Well, it's just that we're in the middle of working on this big project, and I think there would be a lot of catching up to do for a new person. And since I've been acting as the leader on this project, whoever took over for me would probably have those same responsibilities. Some of this stuff is pretty touchy, and needs a clear understanding of the project goals to get done well. I just thought you would want me to make sure that was in place before I left.
You really must have a high opinion of yourself if you think I'm going to keep you around just to train someone to do a job they should already know how to do.
Well, some of these documents related to the project need to be ready by the time that business trip comes up in a few days.
And by the time it comes around, I'll have already chosen someone to go on that trip in your place. It really is as simple as that.
So, you're saying that you'll take responsibility for choosing who it is that takes my place on this project then?
I think I have a whole company of little worker drones like you. You're disposable. You're like a dead battery. It's as simple as taking you out and putting in a new one. You're nothing to this company. Do you understand me? I tried to make this simple and direct by being upfront with you about your firing. But I will not stand by and idly text about this matter anymore. As the owner of this company, I've told you my decision. As an employee, your job is to listen to what I say and tell me yes.
I see. In that case, I'll go to HR and start filing out the proper paperwork.
I want you out of this office within the hour. I don't ever want to see you around here again.
Very well. I suppose I will make this all quick.
Oscar! Is everything okay? I've seen you running around the office grabbing boxes and emptying your desk into them for the past 30 minutes now. Did something happen?
Hey, Carlos. I don't have long to text, but yeah. Brandon told me that I'm fired, and that he wants me out of the office as soon as possible.
kidding me! Why would he do something like that? I mean, why would the company president herself step in to fire an employee as good as you?
Well, he told me that she wanted to fire me because the company isn't doing so well on the bottom line. I guess he thought that if he didn't have to pay my salary, that it would make a difference whether or not this place sinks or swims.
But that's just ridiculous! I understand the need to make cuts, but firing such a key person like you is just asking for trouble. Doesn't Brandon understand that there are some things in this office that only you have the experience to be able to do? I just don't understand. But I do know that this isn't right. If our corporate overlord is going to treat his staff like this, then I'm quitting too.
Wait, what? Carlos, no! Please don't do that for my sake! I really don't think that you should quit your job just because I'm being treated unfairly.
Are you sure about that? I want to stand with you. This isn't fair, Oscar!
I know it isn't fair, and I really do appreciate what you're doing. It's very kind of you to be willing to throw your job away for what's right, but I don't know how I'd feel if anything bad happened to you because of what you did for me.
Well, okay then. If you really don't think it's a good idea. But after work, I'm going to head straight to your place, and we're going to talk about this.
You mean it? I would really appreciate that.
Oscar, what are you talking about? You're my fiancé. Of course I'm going to be there for you when you need me. Besides, this sounds like a long story, and would probably be better to figure out in person.
You're right. Thank you so much, Carlos. I'm so lucky to have you. I suppose I'll see you this evening then.
Oh, Carlos! Are you there? I was just wondering if you might be interested in going out to dinner with me tonight. It'll be my treat, you know. Hi, Brandon. I'm very sorry, but I already have plans made for this evening. I'm going to have to pass. Oh, come on. I know that isn't true. What plans could you possibly have? Besides, you do know that your little boyfriend got fired today, right? You're better off spending your time with me now. Brandon, Oscar is more than just my boyfriend. He's my fiancé. I already told you that I have plans tonight, so please respect that. Respect what? The fact that you're engaged to a deadbeat? Surely you realize that you'd be way better off with me, right? Besides, now that Oscar's out of the picture, you have no choice but to be all mine. I'm sorry, but I will just have to disagree with you there. I am certainly not yours. Come on, Carlos. Surely you must understand where you stand in all of this, right? You're just another one of my staff. I'm hiring you, and if I wanted to, I could fire you, just like Oscar. That is, unless you do exactly as I say. How dare you try to lord your power over and threaten me? You can say whatever you want, but I will make decisions for myself. Thank you very much. Oh, come on. Where is all of this attitude coming from all of a sudden? You really think that a good employee like you would know the right way to talk to their boss, now? Besides, it's obvious with how flustered you are that you must like me. It's okay, though. There's no need to be embarrassed. You know that I like you, too. So let's just stop this little game and get together, yeah? Brandon, I am sorry to say that you have no idea what you're talking about. There is not a molecule of my being that has any romantic, let alone positive, feelings towards you. But you'll be with a company president. Don't you understand what that could mean for your future? You'd never have to worry about anything again. Well, except looking good while standing next to me, that is. After all, you would be expected to keep up appearances when we go out to all the fancy dinners and galas. Doesn't that sound nice? I'm sure you've always dreamed about living the high life, right? Well, I'm your ticket to that life. And all you have to do is say that you like me. Well, I don't like you. In fact, I hate you, Brandon. I think you're a terrible person, and I don't want anything to do with you at all. But Carlos, that isn't fair. You haven't even given me a chance, you know. Don't you think you should at least give it a shot and see what you're missing out on? I'll make a reservation at the most expensive restaurant in the city and show you the kind of life that I can give you if you get with me. You won't regret it. I've given you my answer already. Now please, respect it. I have no intention of going out with you to dinner, on a date, or anything like that. But that isn't fair! What can I do that will finally convince you to marry me? Why won't you become mine? Brandon, I would like to make something very, very clear to you. To me, working for you is just one unfortunate condition that I put up with while at this job. But I want to make myself understood that I don't want you playing any role in my personal life, and I would just like to be left alone to do my work. You mean to tell me that you'd really rather be doing work than be out there looking for love? I'm offering everything you could ever want on a silver platter, and you're going to tell me no? I mean, I was thinking that after I take you out for dinner, that you would let me show you my place. After all, it would be good to have an idea of where you'd be living after you and I get married, right? Trust me, if you spend the night with me, you won't regret it one bit. Brandon, I have already given you my answer, and have asked you to respect it. I already said no, and that isn't going to change no matter what you say. You really are a stubborn one, do you know that? But it's okay. Half the fun is in the hunt anyways. Well then, you better go and find another target, because this buck is already bagged and tagged. I am engaged to Oscar, and that is where my loyalties are. Do you get it? Now, if we have nothing else to discuss, I would like to get back to work, please. I'm not going to give up on you, Carlos. I will make you mine. You will realize that you love me. I'll never stop chasing after you. Oscar! I'm finally off work. It's been such a day. I can't wait to talk about it all with you. Anyways, I'm going to take an Uber to your place, so I'll see you in a little bit.
You're going to take an Uber? But why? You know that I don't live that far from the office. You could probably make it if you didn't mind walking the 15 minutes.
I know, but I need to get in a car so that I can get away from Brandon.
What do you mean? What's he doing this time? Is everything alright?
Well, he kept trying to invite me out for dinner tonight. He just wouldn't stop pushing it. Although, it was obvious that he was looking for much more than just to eat with me.
You're kidding me. Did he really do that? When is he going to learn that he shouldn't be abusing his power like that? It's just horrible!
I had to sneak into the women's bathroom, and the girls are keeping an eye out for Brandon. Apparently, they noticed him coming down to see if I was still at my desk. I just barely managed to get by him without him noticing. I'm standing outside the building right now. Ah, I think I see my Uber! Okay, I'll see you in a bit.
Got it. I'll be waiting for you outside my apartment building then. I'll see you when you get here. And be careful. I'll be thinking about you until you arrive.
Hey, Oscar. I hope you slept well. I really missed you last night.
Morning, Carlos. I slept really well, thanks for asking. I did really miss you too, though.
I just wanted to say thanks for driving me all the way back to my place.
Of course. It really was no problem for me. And maybe it's a good thing that you still live with your parents. It makes it that much more difficult for someone like Brandon to harass you. By the way, were you still going to take the day off today?
Yeah, I already called the office and told them I wouldn't be coming in. Thankfully, the person who picked up the phone was one of the girls who helped me out yesterday, so she didn't ask any questions and just processed my absence.
Got it. Well, that's a relief to hear. I'm glad that you managed to do that without a hitch. By the way, Brandon is already over 40 years old, right?
He is, but apparently he still has no problem trying to hit on people so much younger than him.
I know what you mean. Obviously, I think that an age gap means less and less as time goes on, and people mature. But still, when you take that along with how much Brandon likes to abuse his power as the president, it really tells you a lot about how he sees relationships.
I know what you mean. I think people like him really need to go get some therapy and figure out why they want a relationship based on these weird power dynamics. But ever since he took over the company a couple years ago, things really have just been falling apart here. I really do wish that we still had our old president. He kept things running smoothly and never acted in the way that Brandon does.
Yeah, those really were the days.
Well, anyways, what do you think you're going to do now that you're officially out of a job? Do you have a plan? Or are you just going to rest a while?
Well, for now, I guess I'll start the job hunt. It's not like I can exactly afford to be out of work for too long. Thankfully, though, I'm pretty sure that with my skills, I'll be able to find a company that wants to hire me pretty quickly. I hope that doesn't sound cocky, but I like to think that I know my worth. What I'm more worried about is what's going to happen to you at this job.
I know what you mean. I'm sure that Brandon is already planning his next slew of invitations to me. I think that I'm going to try and talk about this with my parents, and see if they can't offer me any sort of advice.
Got it. Let me know what they say, and if I can help in any way.
Oscar! What is the matter with you? Why aren't you at the airport already? You better be on your way right now, or there'll be hell to pay!
Sorry, Brandon. What is all of this about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Did you seriously forget the important business trip that you had today? You're going to be meeting with one of our top clients! Don't you dare tell me that you forgot! I can't afford to just cancel something like this at the last minute! What kind of game are you trying to play here?
I don't see why you think this has anything to do with me. You do remember that you fired me 3 days ago, don't you?
What in the world are you talking about? I never fired you! You're still my employee, and you will do as I say!
No, that is just not true. You told me 3 days ago that I was being fired for budgetary reasons. I'm not your employee anymore.
I didn't ask for your backtalk! Now you are going to do as I say, get on that plane, and then apologize to our client for your laziness!
Brandon, are you even reading what I'm sending to you? I don't work for you anymore, okay? You can't tell me what to do. I couldn't even represent the company if you wanted me to at this point.
What is this, some kind of joke you're trying to play on me? I know that you're in charge of the special project with our big client. I called them and told them that I was going to be taking over the project, and they refused to work with anyone but you!
Well, I did ask if you were going to take responsibility for finding my replacement on it, remember? I even offered to train whoever it was that you chose.
Well, the client is saying that they don't want anyone else but you! Don't you see that our contract with them is at stake if you don't do this?
Well, that sucks. But again, it's not my issue at all. It is quite literally none of my business, Brandon.
You little rat! You won't get away with this! I still own you, even if you don't realize it yet! Oscar, are you there? Things are going crazy here because of that business trip that you were supposed to go on.
Oh, really? Like what? What's going on?
Well, the whole reason I went into work today was because I heard that Brandon was going to be out of town on your business trip, right? But now we're hearing at the office that when he arrived, he tried to give the client all the documents that you had worked on. But when the client looked at them, Brandon had gone in and made so many changes by himself that the client just refused to accept them.
Wow. He really did it. I didn't think Brandon would be stupid enough to try and take on this project by himself. And yet...
I know! What was he thinking? He brought along a couple staff members who had been texting me some of the updates about what's going on over there. First of all, the people at the office Brandon was visiting were shocked because they still thought it was you that they would be dealing with. And second, after looking at the mess of reports that Brandon made, they refused to work with anyone but you. Now I guess Brandon is trying to blame you for all of this.
He is? And just how is he trying to do that? I hope no one is listening to what nonsense he's come up with.
Well, he's saying that you refused to go on the trip at the last minute, and that Brandon had no choice but to personally step in and handle things.
Oh, I see. I was wondering if it might have been something like that. Brandon was actually texting me this morning demanding that I get on the plane to make it to the meeting.
He really texted you this morning telling you to do that?
I know. I was just as confused as you, really. It's like he has no idea what he's done.
I just can't believe it! How much of an idiot can one guy be? Especially when the clients had made it clear since the very start of this project that they were only agreeing to it because they trust you to handle their claims.
And I do really appreciate them for saying that. but it's out of my hands to do anything about it now.
I know, but what if Brandon convinces them that it was really all your fault?
I really don't think that's going to happen. I actually applied for a job with them today, and I'm going in for an interview soon.
What? Really? You mean you found a job with the clients that you were working with before?
That's right. The interview is at one of their subsidiaries, and I already told my brother, who works for the same company, about how I got fired. So I'm sure that he's passed along that information to someone there. In fact, the application process was really just a formality. Just yesterday, I got a phone call from the company asking if I'd like a job. The interview is really all just to make sure the process is done correctly. In fact, I just got off the phone with the person who called me with the job offer asking me to clear up what was going on. They weren't sure about what Brandon was telling them, so I explained how I'd been fired and how Brandon took over the project. Assuming they take my word over his, I don't think there's a chance that any of this is going to fall back on me.
So you really think that you'll be okay from all of this? If that's the case, then I'm really happy for you, Oscar.
I think we're going to be okay. Thank you so much for always believing in me, though. I couldn't have done it without your support.
Aw, sweetie, that really does mean so much to me. Well, I suppose that's it then.
That's it? What do you mean?
I've made up my mind, and I'm going to be quitting this job.
Are you sure about that?
That's right, but don't worry. The decision isn't being made with you in mind. I just seriously can't see the point in staying at a company with such poor leadership. I mean, it is literally driving away its best employees and trying to avoid blame for everything. I just can't see myself excelling in a career here, so I'm going to quit.
Well, that makes perfect sense to me. Although, I know that you'll be able to find new work right away. And in the meantime, maybe we can get to spend some more time together. I think we both deserve a vacation after all that we've been through.
It's all your fault! My company is in shambles, and it's all thanks to you!
Sorry, thanks to me? Are you sure about that, Brandon?
Who else's fault could it be? You sabotaged that project and knew that I wouldn't be able to take it over! You set me up for a trap! I knew it!
I'm sorry, Brandon, but you were the one who fired me. I gave you plenty of warning about the knowledge necessary to handle things, and you didn't listen. I did my due diligence as an employee, and you still fired me.
Shut up! You don't know what you're talking about! You've just always had it out for me, and that's why you did this!
Okay then, just tell me what you think I did.
Well, I know that you're working for the very people you were collaborating on the project with! You wanted to take me down so that your new company could buy mine and I would be ruined!
If you really believe that to be true, I'm going to have to see more evidence before I even begin to respond. But if all you have to say to me are unfounded accusations, then I'm not going to waste my time talking to you.
You can't just leave me! I'm drowning in debt thanks to you! My whole life is falling apart around me! The least you can do is put in a good word for me with your company!
You mean the company that you showed up to unprepared to deal with? I think they already have a good idea of who you are.
Well, then at least lend me some money! Oh, Carlos, I'll take him!
Oh, you mean my husband?
Husband?
That's right. We got married last year. So if that's all you wanted to say, I'll be taking my leave now. When I started my job, my first assignment was to rebuild the deal and restore the documents that had been ruined by Brandon's intervention into my project. Thankfully, as former head of the project, that didn't take much time. In addition to Brandon's own foolish actions, many of the other employees began to quit after hearing why I'd been fired in the first place. Before long, Brandon was stretched so thin, his company's reputation had been so tarnished, that he had no choice but to declare bankruptcy. After that, I have no idea what he's been doing, and quite frankly, I don't really care. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Samuel. Where the heck are you? Are you working outside of the office again or something? I intended on making you organize a storage room, and you not being here completely ruined my plans.
Oh, hello, Mr. Ramsey. I'm surprised to hear from you.
You need to get back to the office right now. Just because you're in your first year at the company, it doesn't mean that you're a big shot for signing big contracts to our firm. That's just beginner's luck.
I didn't intend to come off as a big shot or anything. I'm going around to greet our business partners before I plan on taking over for the boss in charge of us. They're going on maternity leave soon.
You're doing that right now? Are you with them?
Yes, I am. I was told by the general manager who's on an overseas business trip to accompany the boss, so I thought it was the top priority for today.
Oh, the general manager is involved with this too?
Yes, I'll come back to the office tonight.
Well, I guess I can't do much about the situation as of yet.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ramsey. I have a meeting with one of the clients very shortly, so please excuse me from this conversation.
Yeah, sure. We'll discuss this later. Samuel, are you there? I have something I need to ask of you.
Good evening, Mr. Ramsey. Thank you for your constant hard work in our company. I'm sorry, sir. I've already left to go home for the day. If we need to talk about anything work-related, I'll call you first thing in the morning.
It's nothing to do with the business itself, but it's related to the company.
Oh, I see. Okay. What is it that you want to discuss?
Did you know that we have 2 temporary workers coming in because the boss is on maternity leave?
Yes, I did. I heard that they'll be replaced with someone who's temporary until the boss's maternity leave ends.
Okay, apart from this, there are new people who are joining along at the same time as the temporary workers who were hired from the other departments. We decided to hold a joint welcome party in the department for the people I just informed you about.
What? You want me to be in charge of the party?
What's wrong with that? Do you have something to complain about me choosing you?
No, sir. That's not it. If you want me to, I'll organize it. It's going to be quite a large welcome party.
More than likely, yes. Assuming there'll be people who can make it, it would be safe to say that there will be around 70 people.
Okay, I have never been in charge of such a big get-together before. Wouldn't you be worried with suddenly entrusting such a big task to someone who hasn't been here as long as other coworkers that might know how to do it better?
Every single person in this company is extremely busy apart from you, Samuel. I purposely assigned this task over to you as you're the one with the least amount of work right now.
Well, sir, I have my fair amount of work. Remember, I also took over some of the work from our boss that's on maternity leave too.
Don't you dare talk back to me like that. It's a simple thing to do. It's easy enough to find a place during business hours to book and make a reservation in a quick amount of time.
I don't think it's as simple as you think, sir.
The people in charge upstairs have already agreed that you'll be the one to organize it, so do it.
Okay, but it's not something I can whip up overnight.
If you refuse to do this, it's going to look bad on your future work evaluations. Do you want that, Samuel? So you'll organize a welcome party with no complaints.
I understand, sir. I'll try and organize it to the best of my ability.
Yes, that's all fine. Just do it. Hello. So tomorrow's joint welcome party is at Toby's Tavern.
Good evening, Mr. Ramsey. Yes, that's where the party's happening, sir.
Isn't it a privately run pub? Did you rent out this place to use or something?
Yes, sir, I did.
And all the other things are going according to plan?
It's proven to be quite difficult staying in the budget when 70 people will be attending this welcome party. I was actually introduced to this place by a friend.
A friend? Someone else found this place, not you?
He's the one who will tell everyone about the place as he'll be the surprise guest on that day. You'll see, once it all begins tomorrow, so I hope we can all just enjoy this time together.
Are you sure that everything will be alright? Nothing is going to get messed up?
I guarantee you that the food and alcohol will be amazing, sir.
Well, alright then. This better be an amazing party, Samuel. I'm counting on you, so don't screw this up.
You have my word, sir. It'll be a great time.
Samuel, I need your attention this instant.
Oh, yes, Mr. Ramsey? I thought that I might get in touch with you right about now. It's past the reservation time for the welcome party, but no one has shown up. Do you know anything about this, sir?
Ah, I see. Well, actually I do. I have a friend who owns a cheaper bar that I could rent from, so the party is being held there instead.
Are you being serious right now, sir? You never said anything about that arrangement to me.
Of course I'm being serious, Samuel. Oh, you must have been the only person I didn't speak to about it. Oops.
I can't believe this, sir. And all the stress and strain I went through to find a place?
In other words, everyone canceled their reservation at that bar apart from you. Once you come over here, everyone's going to be so bitter for one, you not showing up on time, and two, for renting an absolutely expensive bar. Since this wasn't going to plan, I had to take over and change the venue and be responsible for telling people what was going on. I'm already having such at this party, so don't you even think about coming over and disturbing my enjoyment.
What am I supposed to do about Toby's Tavern then? Everything in the place is well prepared and on standby to host a great party, and you go and do this to me?
You're in charge of that party, so you need to figure out what to do about it. No use crying to me.
Do you think that I'll be allowed to do anything?
All you really have to do is pay the entire amount for the party that no one showed up to.
The whole amount? I have to pay for 70 people? That's so excessive and completely unreasonable, sir.
It's your mess, so you clean it up, Samuel. I'm sick of talking to you and hearing you complain about this. I'm not going to reply to you any longer.
Mr. Ramsey, you can't just up and leave. You can't just do this to a hard worker. Come back.
Samuel, my man. Yesterday was so much fun, but too bad for you, though. It's a shame you couldn't make it. I thought of sending you a map of the change of venue if you sent me a photo of you begging on your knees. But I was having so much fun with everyone that I completely forgot to mention it to you. By the way, did you take the day off or something? I haven't seen you once this morning, and I haven't gotten any phone calls from any of our customers. Where are you wandering off to?
Hello there, Mr. Ramsey. I got to work really early this morning, so I'm still at the office.
How can that be if I haven't seen you at all? If you're really working in the office today, then you should be at your desk with your butt in that seat. I mean, have you got nothing to report to me about, boy?
My deepest apologies, sir, but I was talking to someone in a higher position.
Well, who were you talking to then? Spit it out.
Either way, I'm glad that you finally told me yourself about the last-minute cancellation of yesterday's reservation at Toby's Tavern. I just have something more to say about that. For the course that was canceled last minute, I invited friends of mine and acquaintances of the company's president to the tavern so that food wasn't wasted.
You did what? And the company president was involved?
Yes. With saying that, Mr. Ramsey, can you please come to the third floor to the meeting room?
The meeting room? What on earth for?
I would also like the employees who assisted you in harassing me to also come to the meeting room with you at once.
You're just a little pathetic employee.
Sir, these aren't my orders that I'm giving you.
Then whose are they then, huh?
I see that you're not quite following what's going on here. I'm sure you remember me telling you that a friend was the one who introduced me to Toby's Tavern and told me to rent it out.
Oh, yes. You were talking about some surprise guest or something along that line. What about it? Why should I have any interest in knowing who this mysterious guest was? He can't be that important.
It's the company president.
What are you talking about, Samuel?
The president wants to give an important announcement that all employees are to be fired.
Is this some kind of sick joke, Samuel? Why didn't you tell me this important information earlier, Samuel? I can't believe the manager of the tavern was a friend of the company president. The surprise guest for the welcome party was going to be the company president? Why didn't you say something to me?
You're right, sir. I heard the president's a local, so I asked him if he knows any good places to hold a big welcome party. So I said to him to introduce me to his friends that run Toby's Tavern, and it all started from there. The president was supposed to pay the full amount for the joint welcome party.
Are you being serious right now, Samuel?
Of course, sir. The announcement was going to be that the president was the main surprise guest.
Why didn't you say anything to me before the party? What am I going to do if I really get fired?
Well, let me tell you something, sir. It seems that the reason why you're getting fired is because you caused so much trouble in canceling and changing yesterday's reservation at the last minute.
This can't be happening.
In light of yesterday's commotion, this morning, several employees have come forward about being harassed by the department manager, and your entourage have accused you of compliance violations.
Are you kidding me?
It's not something I would kid about, Jeff. Originally, I came to work early with the intention of talking to the president about what happened last night, but I thought of also asking other employees about their situation. Due to the compliance violations that have come to light, it's been ruled that immediate action is necessary, since they've been occurring one after the other with you. It was decided that the department manager, including his entourage, would be confined to their homes, and that's what has been done today.
This can't be. Now wait just a minute. Why are you joining up with the president to punish me and my workers? A new employee shouldn't have such a role.
That's true. The president has already given me permission to tell you what's going on.
How can he allow you to do this? You're just an insignificant new employee.
Actually, I'm not a new employee.
What do you mean? You just started this company, right?
I was transferred into his company from the parent company. At the same time, the president asked me to do a little internal investigation. He said that the poor performance of the sales department may be due to some internal issues occurring behind the scenes. So he told me to find out what the issue is.
You were spying on this department the whole time.
At first, it was hard to figure out the source of the problem, as most of the employees had their tails between their legs and didn't want to speak out. One day, right after I landed a big contract, the problem appeared in a very sinister way. As a result of that, what emerged as the cause of all the problems in the department was you, Mr. Ramsey, plus your little entourage that was harassing everyone.
What are you even talking about, Samuel? You seriously can't be saying all nonsense about me. You can't have that sort of effect on me. In today's day and age, you can't just fire someone that easily. Since this situation is totally inaccurate, I can sue for unfair dismissal.
You must know that this isn't the first time that you've canceled a reservation at the last minute, right?
What do you mean?
You know that gossip circulates quickly in this type of industry, Jeff. You'll be sued for the damages you've caused to the bars for all the last-minute cancellations and all the other antics that you've done.
But they can't do that to me.
It seems that you're being quite malicious, and it's strange to think that you can avoid getting fired for this.
Is this for real? You can't just talk to me like that.
The final decisions will be made by the company. It's in their hands. Now, I'll just wait patiently and let everything unfold.
This seriously can't happen to me. You're not gonna get away with this.
The bar that had the reservation canceled at the last minute filed a lawsuit against Jeff Ramsey and his entourage. They were charged with payments totaling $50,000. The company announced that they would be fired. Their faces turned pale when they learned that they were being laid off without a retirement fund, even though they needed a little bit of money to survive on. It seems that they rushed to the president to convince him not to fire them. Once they were within reach, the security guards stopped them, and it was see you later to them once the police were called. Now, it seems that each of them have a part-time job or their parents pay their way. For Jeff, who had an especially large bill to pay, attempted to raise money from a dodgy job. It's been said that he's currently locked up.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey Audrey, you got a minute? I need to talk to you about the present you got for Maria. Hi Kayla, did the package arrive in good shape? I hope the post office didn't damage it. Be sure to tell Maria congratulations from me. I'm so happy for her landing that big job. Oh, by the way, the watch is adjustable, so that should be fine, but if the pantsuit doesn't fit, I can get it tailored. Is this really all you got for her? I'm sorry? I mean, what use does she have for a cheap suit and ugly watch? She'd be the laughingstock. What were you thinking getting her this trash? Seriously, Audrey. She deserves way better than whatever brand these are. I would have told you not to send her a gift at all if I knew this is what you were going to get her. Hey, come on, Kayla. That's going a bit too far. And besides, if she showed up on the first day wearing a fancy designer suit and an expensive watch, her new colleagues might think she was shallow and vain. Besides, the suit is a good color for her, and the watch matches the necklace I got her a few years ago. Who cares about brands? You know how big the company she got hired at is, right? Everyone cares about brands. Actually, I don't think you ever told me. What company did she get hired at? There's no way I'm telling you that. It's one of the biggest companies in the state. If you need to ask, it's beyond your pay grade. Kayla, is this you talking or Maria talking? Did she actually tell you what she thought of the gifts? Of course she did! She's just like me. She actually has a sense for high fashion, unlike a certain someone else in the family. You want to know what she said in her words? What kind of cheapskate buys someone a ragged, ugly suit and junk watch like this as a gift? Tell her to spend at least $10,000 on my gift, and then we'll talk. Kayla, listen to me. I'm only saying this because I love both you and Maria, and I'm really concerned for her. Are you sure she'll be okay setting off into the real world like this? Excuse me? If that's really what she said to you, in her own words, then it seems like she has an enormous problem with her value system. You're just jealous! Just because your professional career was a complete failure and you're still working a mid-level job at your age doesn't mean that my Maria is as much of an unmotivated loser as you are. Like I said, Kayla, I'm only asking this because I'm genuinely concerned for her. Oh yeah? Well, you don't need to be. Worry about your own life, Audrey. Hey, John. Sorry to bother you while you're on a business trip. Do you have a minute?
Sure, Audrey, what's up?
I need to vent.
Oh, go ahead, babe. Tell me what's on your mind.
Thanks. So, it's about Maria. You know Maria, right?
Oh yeah, your niece, right? Kayla's daughter?
That's her. I heard Maria landed a good job at a big company, so I bought her a suit and watch that she could wear to work as a present.
Holy cow, Maria's already graduated from college? Man, time flies.
For real. But anyway, according to what Kayla told me in a text earlier today, Maria said they're cheap and ugly. She's never going to wear them, and that I should have bought her more expensive brand products.
No way.
Yeah, it's hard for me to believe too. But that's what Kayla told me this afternoon.
Man, don't they know the expression, don't look a gift horse in the mouth? Good grief.
To be honest, this isn't the first time the two of them have acted like this with me.
Seriously?
Yep. Kayla thinks that I'm a professional failure and that I work at a mid-level job for chicken feed. And, I mean, she's completely wrong about that and has no idea what she's talking about, but that attitude of hers seems to have rubbed off on her daughter. She started laying into me about that right after she got done insulting my present. She said that I was just jealous that Maria got a good job while I'm nothing but a loser.
Man, that's nuts. What company hired her anyway?
She wouldn't tell me. She said it was a secret.
What? She goes around bragging about Maria getting hired by some big company and won't even tell you what it is?
Yep. It's how she's always been. She's strategically secretive. She only tells people just enough to keep their attention and curiosity focused on her.
What a way to live. Can't imagine she has many quality friends with a personality like that. Now that I think about it, it's been years since I've seen Maria. I can't remember the last time I saw her.
Yeah, it's been a while. She's always going out with her friends, so she never comes to family events.
Oh, I remember now. I'm pretty sure I saw her at a family event about 10 years ago, so that would put her in middle school, I think. I probably wouldn't even recognize her if I saw her, to be honest.
I haven't shown you any pictures of her recently, have I? I'm pretty sure my mom sent me some pictures with Kayla and Maria together in them the other day. Let me look through my phone to see if I can find any. I'll be just a second. That's Kayla in the blue blouse, and Maria on the right.
Huh? Wait a second.
What is it, John?
This might sound kind of weird, but I think I actually have seen her recently.
Whoa, really? Where at?
She was in the group of applicants waiting for their interviews at my company earlier this spring. I saw her name on the resume and thought it was a strange coincidence that she had the same name as your niece. But the address was in a completely different city than where I remember you telling me they lived, so I didn't think much of it. Yep, I'm 100% sure of it. That girl in the picture is definitely the same girl that I met during the interviews.
Whoa, that's crazy. I bet you didn't recognize the address because she moved out of her house and into an apartment building closer to her college campus.
Yeah, duh, she went to college, didn't she? Oh boy, this could be a bit of a problem.
Why is that?
Things still aren't finalized over at my company, so I'll go and ask the head of HR about a few things and let you know what I find out later.
Audrey? Answer me, Audrey. You've got some explaining to do. Tell me what you did right now. Huh? I knew you were jealous of Maria, but I never thought that even someone as bitter as you could go and do a thing like this. Kayla, I have no idea what you're talking about, so could you calm down and tell me what on earth is going on? Maria got a call back from the company that hired her today. They said they're rescinding the offer for the position. They're going with a different applicant. Wait, for real? She just called me and told me, weeping her eyes out. That poor little thing. She doesn't deserve this. Hold on a second, Kayla. I'm gonna go check with someone who's more familiar with the situation than me. What? What do you mean?
Yes. Hi there, Kayla. It's been a long time since we've seen each other, hasn't it? It's John, Audrey's husband.
John? I had no idea you had my number.
Yeah, it's been a while since you gave it to me. It's unsurprising that you forgot about it.
Oh, well, anyway. So, do you know something about what happened with Maria? She told me the company rescinded their job offer to her.
Yes, actually, I'm the president of the company that she applied to.
You are?
I still can't believe that I didn't even recognize my own niece. I had no idea it was Maria who had applied until Audrey showed me her picture the other day. The last time I'd seen her, she was still in middle school. And since the address on the resume wasn't what I remembered yours to be, I thought that her having the same name was just a crazy coincidence. Although, I suppose it's kind of unusual that she wouldn't recognize me. I haven't really changed all that much in the last several years. Well, besides gaining a few pounds. but that's beside the point.
What? It's completely beside the point. Did you actually use your position to rescind Maria's job offer just to get revenge on me for what I said to Audrey? That's despicable. How could you? No, it's worse than despicable. That's abuse of authority. I'm gonna sue you.
Well, I was quite upset by the way you spoke to my wife, and I'm not quite over that yet. But the truth is that Maria's offer was rescinded for a completely unrelated reason.
Okay, well then why? You'd better have a good explanation.
Didn't Maria tell you what happened herself? The HR rep who called her and informed her should have explained the reason to her. There's no way she didn't know. We discovered that Maria had falsified her resume.
She did what?
Our company was hiring college graduates only, and on her resume, Maria stated that she would be graduating from a university this spring. However, we discovered that she was actually a few credits short of graduating and would have to take a class this summer to make up for it. So she would not actually have received her degree by the time the job was slated to start. And since she was aware of this when she submitted her resume, we had no choice but to remove her from the candidate pool and go with another applicant.
Wait, she was a few credits short? She never told me that. And she's taking summer classes?
Worse, we discovered that the preliminary transcript she had submitted was a forgery, which showed her as already having taken the courses she was scheduled to take this summer. And I'd like to think I don't need to tell you this, but kind of forgery is a crime. Oh, in addition to rescinding her employment offer, I'd also like to inform you that we are considering filing criminal charges against her for the forgery.
You can't be serious.
I am serious.
Can't you do anything about this? I mean, you're the company president and she's your niece. You couldn't throw your niece out to the curb, could you?
Well, I would like to, but you just told me a short time ago that using my position to favor my niece would be abuse of authority, correct?
Well, yeah, I did, but can't you make an exception in this one case?
And what reason would I possibly have to make an exception for you?
To help out Maria? I mean, think of the situation she's in now.
The situation she's in now is entirely of her own doing. I've said all I have to say for now. So I'll take my leave. Enjoy your evening.
Audrey, you've got to do something. Oh boy. What's wrong now, Kayla? It's Maria. She's been arrested. What? She was? What for? What happened, Kayla? When I talked to Maria about her not being able to graduate on time, she said she was only missing one class. And, well, what sort of university makes a girl delay her graduation for just one stupid class? That's ridiculous, isn't it? So she was already frustrated, and when she had her job offer rescinded on top of that, she kind of went crazy. Just a little bit. She went over to John's company this morning to confront him about the whole situation. Oh no, I have a feeling that didn't go over well. The receptionist told her she wasn't allowed on the premises and to leave immediately, but Maria said that she wasn't going to leave until she was allowed to speak to John and sat on the floor right in front of the receptionist desk. So they said they were going to call the police. And when the police came and told her to leave, she refused. And then when they tried to arrest her, she struggled a bit. Struggled? I'm pretty sure that's just called resisting arrest. What did they expect her to do when they tried to put handcuffs on her? No one likes to be handcuffed. Kayla, I know you're worried about Maria, but you need to calm down and think rationally about all this. Calm down? Don't tell me to calm down. I can't be calm at a time like this. And besides, all of this is John's fault. If he hadn't rescinded Maria's job offer, then none of this would have ever happened. She'd be working at a good company for a good salary, and everyone would be happy. No. This is all Maria's fault for falsifying her resume and forging those transcripts. That's not just immoral, Kayla. That's illegal. Yeah, so? The only reason the company even knew about that was because John had them look into her history. He should have just minded his own business and let her join the company. But no, he had to go sticking his nose where it didn't concern him. Sorry, Kayla. Wrong again. She was going to get caught sooner or later. That's not the sort of thing you can hide forever. Not to mention, the longer it took for them to find out, the bigger a deal it would have become. So it's honestly for the best that she got caught this early on. Also, John didn't even know that Maria was one of the applicants until after they started their investigation into her history, so you can't blame this on his personal vendetta against you or anything. Maria has no one to blame but herself for what happened. But it's not her fault. She didn't deserve any of this. Good grief, Kayla. How long are you going to treat Maria like she's a kid? You are being way too easy on her. Every single time she gets into trouble, you swoop in to defend her, telling her it's not her fault and placing the blame on someone else. And that's the precise reason why she's become so shallow and arrogant, refusing to admit any of her faults. Really, this is all due to how you raised her, Kayla. That's not true. Maria's a beautiful, intelligent woman, just like me. Your lack of self-awareness aside, you're old enough to know that even a beautiful, intelligent woman won't get anywhere in life unless she has a strong sense of personal responsibility. This will be a good opportunity for Maria to find out how society really works. You can't get by with just a pretty face. There are rules to follow, manners, ethics. She needs to learn about all that stuff. And as for you, Kayla, this should also be a good opportunity for you to consider how your responsibility as Maria's mother and to give some good thought to where precisely in your parenting you went wrong and how to help fix it. Don't throw all this on me, Audrey. What about you? This is your niece we're talking about. Don't you feel sorry for her in the slightest? Don't you love your own niece? If you had a heart, you'd be doing all you could to help her out right now. Like getting John's company to drop the charges. Were you paying attention just now? I do want to help her. The problem is that you and I don't see eye to eye on what specific sort of help Maria needs. And until you can understand that, there's nothing I could do or say that would get through to Maria. Or you. So no, Kayla, I'm not going to give her the sort of help you want me to give her. Audrey, you can't do this! I'm your sister! She's your niece! I've had more than enough interaction with you for a while. Don't contact me anymore after this. If I ever feel like talking to you again, I'll let you know. John's company pressed charges, and Maria was found guilty of forgery, fraud, and finally resisting arrest. Having found out about all of this, Maria's college expelled her. It's crazy that she went this far over having to take one little class. Kayla tried complaining to her husband, demanding that he talk to John and me to get us to help Maria out in some way, but he apparently had no intention of doing anything of the sort. Quite the contrary. He told her that very day that he was divorcing her. Maria's trouble with the law had started to have a serious negative impact on his work, and his company told him that if he didn't take care of it, then they would fire him. And, well, he took care of it. I kept my word to Kayla, and I haven't spoken to her ever since I sent that last message. When I talked to my parents about what had happened, they were utterly disgusted and cut Kayla off too. And that's the story of how my sister Kayla and her daughter Maria ended up destroying their lives. With the kind of criminal record Maria earned for herself, she's going to have a seriously hard time landing any employment at all, much less a job at a good company like John's. To make up for that, Kayla's now working a double shift every day from Monday to Friday in order to make ends meet. Sucks for her, but she brought this on herself.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey Grace, you there? I got a question for you. So how much did Dad's painting sell for anyway?
Mitchell, are you being serious right now? Are you really so hard up for money right now that you would ask me such an inappropriate question?
Long story short, yeah. So how much are they worth?
How am I supposed to know?
Oh man, so you don't know, huh?
Yeah, and I don't care to know, since I would never in a million years think to sell those paintings. They were Dad's parting gifts to Mom.
Yeah, but Dad managed to make ends meet just on selling his paintings when he was alive, right? Seems to me like if he was able to do that, his paintings must be worth a decent amount.
Yeah, and as long as those paintings are Mom's property and she has no intention to sell them, then they're not for sale, so it doesn't matter how much money they're worth. End of discussion. Got it?
Aww.
Hey, Mom. How are you doing? It's been a while since I was there, so I was thinking about coming back into town this coming weekend. Do you have any plans? I'm doing fine, Grace. Thank you for asking. No, I don't have any plans at all. Feel free to stop by whenever you'd like. You just missed Mitchell and his wife Laura. They came by this morning to chat for a while and asked me to show them your father's old paintings. They did? Why? Laura was so taken with them that she asked if I wouldn't mind giving them a few to decorate their house with. I went ahead and let them take out a couple that they liked. Oh no, Mom! You gotta get them back! Call Mitchell right now and tell him to give them back to you! Why's that, Grace? Your father left them to me, but I consider them to be heirlooms for the whole family. Laura was very interested in seeing them. I don't see what's the problem with letting them put a couple up in their house. I'm sure they'll take perfectly good care of them. I don't see anything to be worried about. Yeah, Mom, I know that those paintings have a lot of sentimental value to you and I, but you can't forget that they also carry a high monetary value. Did you at least tell them explicitly that they're not allowed to sell them? Grace, what's gotten into you all of a sudden? I think you're worrying too much about nothing. Mom, you know Mitchell as well as I do. You know he would sell those in a heartbeat if he wanted to. He has absolutely no financial skills. His paychecks are nearly used up within a day or two of his payday. And just yesterday, he sent me a bunch of messages asking me to tell him how much Dad's paintings are worth. Isn't that suspicious? I got a really bad feeling from the way he was talking. And that's a big reason why I wanted to come home this weekend and make sure he didn't do anything really stupid. I had no idea that derelict would make his move so quickly. I should have messaged you right away after our conversation yesterday. This is all my fault. Grace, I'm telling you, You don't need to worry about a thing, dear. How can you be so relaxed at a time like this? He's definitely going to try and sell Dad's paintings. It's all over and done with, Grace. You don't need to concern yourself with anything. Huh? Wait, what do you mean it's over and done with? That's for me to know, and for you to find out. You're not making any sense! For now, you can come on down here this weekend like you had planned. I'll have your favorite cookies waiting for you when you get here. Mom, this is bad! I just got to Dad's studio, you know, the one where he stored all his paintings. Oh my, Grace, you're here already? You're much earlier than I expected. And you've caught me off guard, too. I was just about to head out to the store to buy the ingredients for your cookies. Mom, listen! The door to Dad's studio was unlocked when I got here. And when I looked inside, the whole place had been cleared out. Every single one of Dad's paintings is gone. Really? I thought this was too much for even them, but I checked the security camera footage, and sure enough, Mitchell and Laura were here last night, and they stuffed all of Dad's paintings into their car. Do you still have the key to Dad's study? Do you think they might have managed to make a copy of it? We've got to move fast, Mom. If we wait any longer, Mitchell's gonna sell every last one of them. We can't let them get away with this. Do you have any idea where they might have taken them? Grace, please calm down for a moment. Why can't you just explain what's going on, Mom?
Grace, this is bad. Really, really bad. You gotta help me.
Mitchell? What on earth are you so spooked about? What's going on?
I'm in big trouble, Grace. I need help fast.
Just calm down and tell me what happened and what you need me to help you with.
Okay, well, I sold all of Dad's old paintings the other day.
I knew it! I knew you were planning to sell them.
I had no choice, Grace. I was up to my eyeballs in debt, and I had no other way to pay it off. You'd do it too if you were in my shoes.
Debt? What did you borrow money for?
Well, you know, a little of this, a little of that. But I figured that if I sold Dad's paintings, I could pay it off in one big lump sum. And, well, maybe if there was a little bit left over, then I could spend it on some stuff for myself.
I can't believe you, Mitchell. This is a new low for you. How could you just throw away our memories of Dad like that?
Save the lecture for later, Grace. Now isn't the time for that. I've got a much bigger problem on my hands. It turns out all the paintings in Dad's study were fakes. None of them were original. Every last one was a fake.
They were fakes? But that doesn't make any sense.
I took them to a professional appraiser to see how much they were worth, and he said that they were all remakes based on Dad's paintings. They weren't actually his paintings. He was 100% positive too. Dad's signature wasn't even on them, so there was no way they were real.
So wait a second. All of the paintings that Dad kept stored in his study, they were all fakes?
Yes, that's what I've been trying to tell you. The appraiser said that they were all copies that were made digitally, then printed off by a computer and placed into a frame, and even the frames were cheap knockoffs.
The story is getting weirder and weirder.
I know, right? I'm still in shock. I can't believe it.
Give me a few minutes, Mitchell. I'm going to talk to Mom for a second. I'll be right back. Hey, Mom, where are you right now? Oh, hello, Grace. I'm at the art museum. There's an exhibit going on with pieces from an acquaintance of mine. An exhibit? Yes, for an artist who was classmates with your father back in art school. I'd met them a couple times over the years as well, so they were kind enough to send me an invitation. But, oh, okay, well, that's nice. But I have something completely unrelated that I need to talk to you about, and it's urgent. Do you have a minute? But of course. How can I help you, dear? I just got a message from Mitchell, and he's super panicked. He said that he just took Dad's paintings to an appraiser, but the appraiser said they were all fakes. And? And? Is that all you have to say about this? I mean, is it true? There's always a possibility that he's lying and that he kept the originals, made the fakes by himself, and took them to the appraiser to cover his tracks, but I don't think Mitchell is that smart. So I guess I have no choice but to take him at his word, that the paintings he took from Dad's studio were legitimately fakes, and he's just surprised as I was. He also said that the appraiser told him that the paintings he had were all digitally drawn copies of the original that were painted off by a computer and placed into frames. Yes, that all sounds right to me. So, and this is just a guess here, but the fake copies that Mitchell and Laura took from Dad's studio, you made them, didn't you? And the painting that you said you gave them yourself a few days earlier, that was another one of your drawings, right? You're a clever girl, Grace. Well, it seemed like a logical conclusion. I knew that you worked as a background illustrator for an advertising firm back in the day, and I thought you had said something about using drawing software with a computer rather than a pen and paper. So, since neither I or Mitchell have any artistic talent whatsoever, the only other person who had both access to Dad's studio and had an art background was you, Mom. You figured that out all by yourself? Truly impressive, dear. Okay, now that that's out of the way, the last remaining question is, why did you do all that? To be honest, I felt that this would be the only possible way to teach that boy a lesson that would set him straight. Go on. It's been a hobby of mine for the last several years to take your father's paintings and do my best to recreate them digitally. Once I felt like I was getting better at copying them, I started printing them out onto full-size paper and placing them into frames to compare them side by side with the real ones. Then, the other day, your brother Mitchell came by, saw one of my most recent copies, and apparently couldn't tell the difference between it and the real one. Oh, is that the one you gave him? The one you messaged me about? Yes, that's the one. They were raving about how beautiful it was and complimenting your father's artistic ability. They seemed so convinced that it was the real thing that I just didn't have the heart to tell them otherwise. They must have taken my key to the studio and copied it when I was packing the frame into the box for safe transportation. And then, the day you came back into town, they waited until I had left the house to go into your father's studio and take all the paintings they thought were real. After that, they went down to the appraiser's place to have them looked at, and the rest is history. By the way, the appraiser they went to also happens to be a friend of your father's, and he called me after Mitchell and Laura left his office to tell me that they had brought my drawings to his store. Wow, you knew the appraiser? I guess that makes sense. It's not a very big art community around here. Yes, your father was quite the popular artist. I'd be surprised if there were any appraisers he wasn't friends with. Your father was quite a shrewd man as well. He foresaw the possibility that Mitchell would try to sell his paintings and made preparations to cut him off at the pass. He sent out messages through his colossal network of connections in the art world and made sure that any time any person tried to sell one of his paintings, that they would contact me immediately. Looks like his plan was a resounding success. Yeah, that explains why the appraiser called you. I was wondering about that. Indeed. Mitchell and Laura were still at his office when he called, so I had him tell them that the appraisal would take some more time and send them back home. Then, just today, I had him call Mitchell back and tell him the news, that he couldn't buy the paintings from them because they were fake. My guess is that Mitchell messaged you after getting off the phone with the appraiser. You said he sounded panicked. Wow! I'm really impressed. I never would have thought both you and Dad had planned for such an occasion as this. Oh, and by the way, don't worry about my paintings. The appraiser had them all returned to your father's art studio. And as for the originals, I've had them stored in a much more secure location for years now. So you don't have a thing to worry about, Grace. They're completely 100% safe. Okay, well, that does make me feel a lot better. But that still leaves the issue of Mitchell and Laura's debt. He told me that he was in debt up to his eyeballs and was planning to sell Dad's paintings in order to pay it all off. Yes, and I think it's high time I took care of that boy once and for all. What do you mean, Mom? It's just like I told you before, Grace. That boy's life took a turn for the worse ever since he married that awful Laura woman. I warned him not to marry her, that she would be a bad influence on him, but did he listen to his mother? Of course not. And look at him now, tens of thousands of dollars in debt that he used on exotic trips, fancy dinners, and casinos. Casinos? You mean he went into debt so he could gamble? I take back what I said about him. It's not that he has no financial skills. He's just an irredeemable moron. Good grief! I know how you feel, but I've made arrangements for him as well. You mean there's even more to you and Dad's plan for Mitchell? I told you that it's all over and done with, didn't I? When I said all, I meant it. I've made arrangements for Mitchell to deal with his debt. Oh boy, what did you do, Mom? I did what any responsible parent would do to turn their prodigal son back to the straight and narrow. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to go back to enjoying the art exhibit. Take care, Grace. Stop by whenever you'd like. Oh, sure. Thanks, Mom. Talk to you later.
Grace, you gotta help me!
What is it this time?
This is bad, really bad, like super bad, I mean it.
Okay, I'll bite. What is super bad, Mitchell?
Brackwater!
Brackwater?
A black panel van just pulled up in front of our house and a bunch of guys with ski masks jumped out. They're saying they're with the Brackwater Company.
Oh, they're the military contractor that Mom's cousin worked for a few years ago, right? That actually makes perfect sense. Now I know what Mom meant when she said she had made arrangements for you.
Wait, what do you know about this, Grace? Tell me, please, and fast!
They're a military contractor that operates in a lot of foreign countries that are in various states of civil unrest, and it seems like they've found their two newest recruits.
Recruits? I didn't sign up for anything.
Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is it looks like Mom found you a job where you can work up all the debt you built up. The bad news is you might not be alive long enough to enjoy the debt-free life you've been dreaming of.
You mean I might die? This can't be happening. Grace, you have to do something. Help me.
You think I'm going to put myself on the line against Brackwater? Sorry, but I have better things to do than go up against a mercenary group like them. Didn't you watch the news? Every time someone tries to blow the whistle about their activities, they end up dying in strange circumstances.
Grace, you can't let them take me, can you?
Actually, I can, and I will.
Grace! No!
I really had Mitchell going with the whole Brackwater bit, didn't I? Well, unfortunately, the people who came to pick him up weren't a shadowy mercenary group. They were from a live-in work education program for derelict adults. Mom was aware they were coming to pick up Mitchell and Laura that night, and she pulled up in her car right after they did. Mitchell and Laura were already loaded into the van when she got there, and she was greeted to a chorus of bangs on the van walls and muffled sounds of terrified screams. She spoke to the leader of the team the two of them would be inducted into for a while about what sort of work they'd be doing over the next year, then turned and walked over to the van. Mitchell had a gleam of hope in his eye when he saw Mom coming, thinking she was going to save him from the terrible fate that awaited him. But she just went up to the window and said, "Have a good time, Mitchell," got back into her car, and drove home. Mitchell and Laura were put right to work in their re-education programs at separate facilities. They're doing everything from construction to sanitation to engine repair and all sorts of skills that might help them land a job that they'll be able to keep for more than a month or so. Hopefully, in between all the back-breaking labor, they'll find at least a little bit of time to reflect on their lives, think about how they got themselves into this situation, and make a plan on how to work their way out.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button.